Hey there, buds. More than 6,700 cheaters have been banned since the release of the video a few weeks ago. Their gamer tags can be found publicly available in spreadsheets, a new strategy that was most likely influenced by a wiggle. I think it's clear to say now that the wiggle is a Tarkov cultural phenomenon.
So the idea is that cheaters don't kill cheaters because they're on the same side. It's like saying Hail Hydra. They're like, oh, okay, we're good.
Oh, Ghost video, the guy was like, he was getting added by other cheaters.
Cheating communities? Like, you guys can't just cheat by yourselves? You need friends to do it with you? Like, what?
About the wiggle. Interesting. It shows the other hacker that Oh, he's wiggling, look.
Dude, this wiggle thing is so stupid.
Please don't kill me. Oh my god, you are shooting me through a wall.
15, bro.
Dude.
He sounded exactly like the kind of guy that would use Tarkov cheats as well. Bro, yeah, People that buy hacks on Tarkov just do it so they can actually play the game while they're blazed on weed.
This video, whether you like it or not, is a good one. It's good.
Causing a problem. Nice.
We got Landmark, one of the most popular Tarkov Twitch streamers, to wear a webcam duct taped to his head. And at the time of filming this video, in addition to the 2 million plus views that my video got, over 1 million people have reacted to content creators watching the video outside of the Tarkov community. The footprint that this discussion has is massive. But what now? We are all in agreement that cheating is bad in Tarkov, and rather than turn my back on this game and the community, I'm going to continue to investigate. Today I want to tackle the question, is BSG doing enough about the cheating epidemic? And I thought, how can I measure how well BSG was doing so far? So I came up with a plan to become an undercover hacker and download ESP to see how many people are still cheating in Tarkov. Guys, just kidding. But the question still remains. We know that cheating is too common in Tarkov and that cheats are too easy to acquire. So how do we know that the game developer is doing a good job fighting back? Let's first try to understand why cheating is out of control in some games.
Can I tell you about this exciting new game I'm working on?
Oh, cool. Like, what game?
Listen to this, man. It has insane anti-cheat.
But what about the game? Like, what is it?
Dude, are you sitting down? You will not believe this.
Okay.
It has ridiculous DMA protection. We shut down the ESPers.
But, like, what is the game? Like, is it like an MMO or a shooter? Or
are you hearing me? Aimbots don't stand a f***ing chance in this game. Where did you go? I'm not even done telling you about the anti-RMT features.
It's clear that BSG, Battlestate Games, the creator of Escape from Tarkov, didn't think much about anti-cheat when developing their game. They didn't even add BattleEye, a third-party anti-cheat, until 2019. The game had already been available to the public for 2 years at that point. Game developers are in a constant balancing act between working on security versus developing the game itself. Remember that online game that had absolutely no cheaters whatsoever? Exactly. Nobody remembers that game. It sucked. If they focus too much on security without providing content, people will just nope out. And if they focus too much on the game without security, the game is certainly to fail as well. I had a chat with the lead developer and the community manager at the Cycle Frontier, a loot extraction shooter like Tarkov, which also struggled with cheaters early in their development. Their Season 3 is set to release later this month on March 29th. In Season 1, the Cycle Frontier had a pretty nasty cheating problem. But don't take it from me, this is the producer Jonathan weighing in on the matter.
We spend time reading the Steam reviews. Every second negative review is about cheating. So that's why we've created an anti-cheat team, and that's why they're working with top priority on several important initiatives that I've laid out for you today.
The Cycle dev team tackled the cheating problem by adding many new features, such as a notification when a cheater you died to was banned. And in addition to being notified, you were given a cheater compensation package. The dev team implemented trusted servers, which creates safer lobbies for legit players with a proven track record. And I asked their subreddit how things are going. For a thought experiment, think about what people would write on Reddit if you asked them how the cheater situation is currently in Tarkov. This is what someone wrote about the Cycle, and it's pretty much the consensus of the player base right now. Jaeger, with no exaggeration, annihilated the cheaters. And even when you get killed by a cheater, you get a cheater compensation package consisting of a kit you lost when the cheater gets banned. It's great.
With the Cycle, what we've really done is taken a multifaceted approach.
This is Matt Lightfoot, and he's the lead producer at Jaeger and worked on projects like DayZ and Arma.
one of the things you've not mentioned yet is Battle Eye.
Did you catch that? The cycle uses the same anti-cheat that Tarkov does. Battle Eye.
And Battle Eye is one of many tools. We use a couple. Battle Eye is one of the ones we name. We also use another one that we integrate and isn't named. And part of that is having multiple layers of defense, or like a defense in depth strategy, so that sure, you might get past one. Are you going to get past the second? And then also, as Andrew had pointed out, we've also hired people specifically. So we have a dedicated anti-cheat team that is orientated solely on being able to tackle cheaters. And that's from both a technological perspective, but also a human perspective as well. So, we're obviously investigating cheaters. You hopped onto the Discords in your last video. What do you think a developer could be doing, right?
Sure.
And then also looking at the other avenues of people that use cheats for profit, and it's really being able to look at every single level of the pipeline and go, how can we prevent each one? A bad thing only doesn't happen because you got one thing wrong. It happens because you got multiple. So if we can stop these people at any one level, we can cut the problem significantly.
Matt told me this multi-layered approach is called the Swiss cheese model. If the red arrows are cheats, having as many layers with the smallest holes is the best approach. This concept is used in all sorts of fields, including disease prevention. What do you think is the biggest motivator of guys who are looking for cheats right now?
Things like RMT are always an issue in games like this, but I'd actually say most of the cheaters I talk to or encounter, for a good chunk of them, it's really almost like the desire to win, or more specifically, the desire to not lose, because they care so much about their gear. And
this is Andrew, aka Toast. He was brought on in the middle of last year as the anti-cheat community manager. I wonder if Battlestate Games has an anti-cheat community manager.
It's worth it to them to cheat just so that they don't have to go through losing their gear, or so they can get that satisfaction of taking other people's gear, even if they don't deserve it. I guess they just get satisfaction from that sort of thing.
I asked Andrew and Matt what they thought of Battle Eye.
What I'd say when it comes to Battle Eye, or really any, I guess you would call them front-end anti-cheats or software anti-cheats, anything like that, there's sort of a misconception among gamers that those are like the complete package, that you just slap something like Battle Eye on your game and then call it a day. But really how I describe it is something like Battle Eye is more of a tool, or like Matt said, it's more like a layer of protection. Specifically, they detect on the software level. So if someone is running malicious software on their PC, Battle Eye's job is to go in and detect that directly, and once they detect that malicious software, they're able to ban somebody. And in my opinion, they're very good at it, and they've been very helpful at doing that in our game. The thing is, Battle Eye's not the complete work. Still has to be done on the developer's end, on our end, to actually make sure that there's more layers of protection in place besides just that.
And I'm a huge advocate. The main developer behind it, I don't know how he has so many hours in the day, because he's just always available. If you've got a question or you've got a problem, you can ping him a message and have a conversation. And as Andrew said, it's two-way communication. We can give feedback, and they give feedback to us as well on how we can improve and get better together. And that's always been my experience of Battle Eye. And at every single place that I've spoken to about anti-cheat, I'm always a huge advocate, because for what it does really, really well. And it's part of a holistic package as well,
It was at this point that I started to realize that fighting cheaters was a lot more involved than just having a good anti-cheat. You need a lot of cheese.
We had a huge problem with cheaters, and now we've solved that. We're on the winning side of that table now. And actually, it'd be one of the things that we're hoping is with Season 3 that's upcoming at the end of March, is that we see more players come back to the cycle and experience a far more positive experience than they did with Season 1, where there were more cheaters.
I think many players feel like there's some simple solution that if they just installed this certain thing, or if they just toggled this certain feature, everything would be fine. But really, it takes a very proactive and engaged approach to just constantly be ahead of the game and constantly be one step ahead of the people who are trying to cheat in your game.
When you did your your test, I watched it and I was like, whoa, every other lobby that's pretty bleak, and I feel bad for them, right? It's a tough spot to be in. We're on the other side of that, and I think that as a player, as Andrew said, it's the not hitting cheaters, but also, people being upfront with the problem. This is the problem we've got, this is where we're at, and this is our problem, this is our plan to solve it. Jaeger with the cycle had a really targeted plan to do it once we hit the problem. And we were fairly communicative with it. And now we've come out the other side, we've got a continuing plan as well. So, for me as a player, that's what I'd want to see from, other games that are experiencing significant cheating problems. And it's a long road to walk.
I can't help but compare your roadmap and swift action to this post from 4 years ago and the subsequent copy pasta from 12 days ago. I think BSG can do better. To put things into perspective, the Cycle Frontier turned things around in less than 6 months. I previously stated that I wouldn't be doing any more cheat developer interviews. I don't think there's anything to learn from them at this point, but I thought that if I was going to do an interview, it would be with the hackers who made the cheat I used in my video. They had previously said they were open to chatting with me, and I only wanted one thing from them. I wanted some audio of them being cocky and bragging about how their cheat hasn't been detected 3 years. I challenged anyone in my Discord to find any evidence of detection or mass band waves related to the cheat I used, and nobody could come up with anything. I still wanted to get a few sound bites from the cheat distributor. I reached out to them and identified myself, and here's where I did a stupid thing. Well, I did several stupid things. My first stupid thing was installing cheats on my computer. My second failure was not wiping my entire computer and reinstalling Windows after using cheats. I think you can see where this is going. There's a nasty thing called a rootkit, and when you give cheat devs access to your computer, they can install malicious software that lives within the operating system. It's very difficult to detect, and they can steal information to sell to third parties. You see, cheats require you to basically turn off all forms of antivirus protection to work. And then they gain access to the core of your computer's operating system, and they generally have complete control over everything, if they want. And several people told me to wipe my drives and reinstall Windows, and I was going to do that, but I didn't do it quickly enough. But even if my computer was compromised, they didn't really know which user was me. They have so many clients, I doubt they were able to figure out who I was. And that's where I made a final mistake. I attempted to get into contact with the cheat devs, their Discord server, which only recently added a specialized verification bot, noticed I was logged in from the same location with a different account and flagged me as a secondary account. This gave them the necessary info to figure out more than just who I was, but what account I had with them. They messaged me and asked me to, quote, stop trying to get verified. And later that day, my computer wouldn't boot up. They did what's called a boot nuke. They fried 3 of my hard drives, all M2.0 drives, all inaccessible and gone. NVMe drivers are very reliable, and these drives were purchased in the last 3 months. They aren't even the same make or model and showed no signs of failure previously. It's reasonable to assume that they were able to mess with the drivers and render the NVMe drives useless. In any case, I tossed them in the trash, and I'm up and running again. BSG has a long list of things they need to do to fight cheaters. It's not just detection. Recently, they banned the ability to trade items with other players on the flea market. This eliminated a way that RMT cheaters could deliver rare items, like this key. But there's a lot that BSG isn't doing. Why not add another anti-cheat like the Cycle did? Or hire more staff to ban players quickly? Or add trusted lobbies or any number of things? We need to give them time to do the work they need to do, but we also can't forget and let them off the hook like they've done numerous times before in the past 4 years. I'll know they're doing a better job when I log into this website and their cheats are not working. I'll know they are winning against RMTers when these websites stop offering carries. AGS and all of its various resellers and rebranders have been around for 3 years. How? It's because they have no aimbot. It's basically a read-only cheat. It gives you info and nothing more. No detectable features. Speed hacks, teleport, flying, unlimited stamina. The game devs can't detect the effects of the cheat. The anti-cheat can't detect the cheat. We're going to talk to an anti-cheat developer and figure out why this is such a problem. I'm going to pause this story for now and let BSG and BattlEye do their thing. I will not forget, and we will follow up on the situation, but I fear being a negative Nancy and just yelling to speak to BSG's manager just isn't the right move here. I challenge BSG to ban the cheat I used. They've had 3 years to download and reverse engineer it. We can't know exactly how effective their recent changes are, but I know that if basically anyone with a credit card who wants to cheat can cheat with a 3-year-old program, means we aren't winning. Hey, it's Future Goat, and at this point in the video, I challenged BSG to detect and ban ABS. It's the cheat I used in the video. And as I was editing, news broke that the developers behind the popular cheat located in China, were arrested and their servers went down. I can't verify if the actual developers of the cheat are behind bars, but it is confirmed that the cheat is down with no hope of coming back anytime soon. Over 5,000 active users lost their access to the cheat. I have my reservations about this success. Will another cheat take its place? How easy will it be for them to relaunch the servers? I don't know, but I do know this. A cheat that has existed for 3 years, undetected and unmitigated by BSG, just went down. Let's see what happens next. I'd like to take a minute to thank my YouTube members, my Discord boosters, and my researchers. I'm working on another big video. I haven't completely made my mind up on what it's going to be, but if you'd like to get involved, I have a new section on the Discord to offer tips. It's to help me figure out what to investigate next. And I'm starting to create sections in the Discord where you can help us collect information. It's kind of a lot of fun if you're into that. I'll see you guys in the next video.